Yeah. Goedemiddag, gute middag, good afternoon. Welcome to the voucher webinar. Welcome to all the participants that are joining us at the moment. Maybe a few ones are coming during this webinar. My name is Michel Leijers. I'm your host today. So I'm going to bring you through, I think, a very attractive program on this webinar. First question or remark before we start. This is a hybrid webinar, so some people will be here, some people will join us online. So it's also for us the first time, so maybe we have some hesitations during this webinar, but I think that won't be a problem. If you have any questions, if you have problems with the English language, that's no problem. You can put your questions in the chat that you see in this Zoom link, and then you can ask a question in your own language. Also, je kunt auf Deutsch vragen, je kunt het Nederlands vragen, that's no problem at all. I also got a remark, if you are joining this webinar, not with your own name, but maybe with the name of your child or your husband or wife, please use your normal name, because for
full
the
name.
Full name, please. The full name, please, so that we can see who is there, and if somebody wants to say something, that we can put on the noise for this specific person. So thank you in front for that. Yeah, and we're here at the Villa Flora in Venlo, and next to me, my former colleague Bas, and now colleague at Volantis. And yeah, thank you for hosting us, Bas, in this beautiful building here for the Healthy Building Network. Tell me something about working in a building like this. How is it?
Well, welcome to everybody, well, here, but also at home or at work or wherever you are, maybe in the car. Thank you for having us here with the Healthy Building. But yeah, as you said, I think it's very important to work or to live in a healthy building. So I'm very enthusiastic about the whole Healthy Building movement and network. Working here in the office, I think it's very important to have a lot of daylight, fresh air, good temperature. It feels very good when you arrive or going at home or having a meeting. So I think that's very important. And we also see that at our clients, especially, for example, now with the COVID pandemic, ventilation at schools, at care or cure, a very important topic at the moment. So yes.
Do you notice that these questions are getting more common about the theme of health in your company?
More and more.
More and more.
Yeah, so, yeah. Especially about ventilation, for example. It's something very a hot topic at the moment. But also we see topics like WELL certification. I think most of you are familiar with that. We see that kind of questions are more and more top of mind. So we are going into that direction as well, becoming a WELL AP. So yeah, it's a very hot topic at the moment.
Topic, yeah. And maybe the Corona pandemic also helps a little bit, that we get a little more awareness about how important health and building is.
Absolutely.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. Now, thank you for having us here, Bas, and good luck with all your projects. And yeah, we will see you everywhere, I suppose, when we talk about healthy building. And later on, we're going to talk with a colleague of Bas, Joris Ketelaars, also from Volantis, because Volantis was one of our voucher partners of the HBN project. But let's, thank you, Bas.
Okay.
We see each
Enjoy.
other. Let's start, before we start with the best practices, I just want you to tell in short why we are here today. We have this voucher webinar, and the vouchers are a very important part of the HBN project. The vouchers are meant to stimulate innovations within the regio on the Dutch side and on the German side of the border, and to bring companies together who are open for innovations regarding the theme of health. And it is an Interreg 5A project, Deutschland, Niederlande. It had started 3 years ago, so we're really almost 3 years ahead. And the main topic is that we are going to create awareness regarding the theme of health. We noticed that the theme of health, as well as on the Dutch side as on the German side, a lot of people are talking about it, but we also see that the crossovers across the border can be better. So that's the main purpose of the Healthy Building Network, to bring all these initiatives, companies or people who are open for the theme of help together to build a network where we can collaborate with each other and position the regio Maasrijn North as an innovative region for healthy buildings. And after 3 years, we managed a lot. We did a lot of webinars. We did a lot of innovation workshops. And as you see, we also we have 500 members at the moment, so that's a lot. Still growing. 600 followers on LinkedIn, on Facebook. We had a lot of Veranstaltungen, so meetings in the last 3.5 years. And officially, the project would end in November this year. But because of the success of the HBN network, we are going to continue till June 2022. And we're already preparing a follow-up of the Healthy Building Network. It will be called the Healthy Building Movement. And hopefully that will start in 2022. But now we are still in the HBN network project, and we would like to inform you about the process of the vouchers. We are going to talk with companies who did a voucher process, how did they like it, what did they do with it, what are the results of that. That is what we would like to share with you today, and hopefully to inspire you that you as a company or as a person are going to think, hey, that could be a nice idea for me or for my company to investigate a collaboration on the other side, on the border, so a Dutch company with a German company, or on the opposite way. And well, the first company who did that was AMI from LOM, and they collaborate together with EPEA from Germany. And after a movie from AMI, we are going to have an online interview with the people who are part of this voucher. And one remark also from our side: the movie that you're going to see shortly will be in Dutch. And there was a technical problem, so there are no subtitles, but no worries for the German Freunde unter uns. Die Übersetzung ist gerade auf Word geschickt worden, also Sie können nachher das alles noch nachlesen. So that was for our German viewers. So let's start with the movie from AMI.
Arthur de Ruiter, in dagelijks leven eindverantwoordelijk bij AMI, waar we op dit moment zijn. AMI is een fabrikant van aluminium bouwbeslag. Dus wat maken wij? Deurkrukken, schilden, briefplaten, draaikiepgreepjes, projectgrepen. En ons basisgrondstof is aluminium.
Okay.
Wij hebben het totale productieproces hier in LOM in Nederland. We zijn echt een Nederlandse fabrikant. En ons afzetkanaal bestaat eigenlijk uit de groothandel bouw en industrie, die weer aan de aannemerij leveren, de woningbouwverenigingen, de ZZP'ers.
Ja, en jullie ontwikkelen door, jullie innoveren door. Misschien kun je wat vertellen over het project wat je samen met Healthy Building Network gedaan hebt.
Ja, dat is ook inderdaad een hele mooie ingang. Het Healthy Building project wat wij gerealiseerd hebben. Je hebt eigenlijk een voordeur. Waarvan alles gedaan wordt om een huis om zoveel mogelijk tocht, water en wind te weren. Ja. Dat dat niet binnenkomt. Nou, wat doen wij dan? We gaan in de voordeur een groot gat zagen en plakken er een stukje aluminium tegen. Nou, dat spoort natuurlijk niet helemaal in de gedachten zoals we het graag zouden willen hebben. Er waren een aantal producten in de markt die zeiden dat ze daar een oplossing voor hadden. Dus die bijvoorbeeld green waren, recyclebaar, noem maar op. Maar dat is nogal een breed begrip. Wij zeggen van op het moment dat we inderdaad prestaties kunnen overhandigen, dus echte keurmerken, dat we daar iets mee kunnen. Nou, dat was eigenlijk de basis van het hele verhaal. Maar er komt nogal wat bij kijken. Dus we zijn eerst gaan onderzoeken, nou wat wordt er gevraagd? Dus de luchtdoorlatendheid, de vochtdoorlatendheid, de winddoorlatendheid. Dat zijn hele belangrijke aspecten die gerealiseerd moeten worden. En daarbij moet dat product ook cradle-to-cradle gecertificeerd zijn. Dus dat wil zeggen dat er geen giftige stoffen in zitten. Dat je gezonde basismaterialen hebt. Dat was het uitgangspunt. Toen zijn we inderdaad in contact gekomen met het Healthy Building Netwerk. En dan hebben we gebruik kunnen en mogen maken van een voucher om daar de eerste opstartkosten mee te gaan genereren. Nou, dat is dan natuurlijk hartstikke mooi dat we daar gebruik van konden maken. Dus daar zijn we mee gestart. Allereerst hebben we die ontwikkeling gedaan om die goede, gezonde grondstoffen toe te passen in die briefplaat, want daar praten we eigenlijk over. En daarna zijn we gaan kijken om een onafhankelijk instituut die briefplaten te laten testen op al die aspecten die we net genoemd hebben. Nou, op een gegeven moment kom je dan tot een totaal product. En dan heb je eigenlijk al die certificaten binnengehaald die je graag zou willen hebben. Nou, dan is het een kwestie van vermarkten. Ook gaan zeggen van, want je gebruikt de term recyclebaar, maar wij hebben het graag over een stukje upgrading. Dus het product kan aan het eind van de levens, CQ gebruikscyclus, weer volledig hergebruikt worden in een nieuwe situatie. Nou, dat is natuurlijk een prachtig uitgangspunt. Dus
Arthur, als ik het goed begrijp, hebben jullie van een mooi geïsoleerde deur, waar wij een gat in maken en waar we eigenlijk weer voor zorgen dat die deur niet meer is wat die was, dat brengen jullie met dit mooie product weer in staat. En je brengt het nog een stap verder, want je maakt ook nog cradle-to-cradle.
Helemaal correct, ja.
Kun je daarin iets vertellen in de samenwerking? Wat heb je hiervoor nodig gehad?
De samenwerking is een hele belangrijke. Kijk, alleen kunnen we niks. Dat mag en moet je uitgangspunt zijn. Dus we hebben sowieso die samenwerking met het Healthy Building netwerk opgestart. Ook met het Expo Lab hier in Venlo. Maar daarbij hebben we ook de samenwerking gezocht, en zoals we die al hadden met EPA, het certificeringsinstituut. En we hebben een samenwerking opgezocht met het bedrijf Zeldex, om zoveel mogelijk materialen toe te passen die tocht- en waterwindheid garanderen. Dus je ziet dat er verschillende partijen bij elkaar komen om dat product te gaan ontwikkelen. Maar nogmaals, ja, alleen kun je niks, dus je hebt die samenwerking nodig.
Ja.
En het mooie is dat dan inderdaad nou blijkt tijdens de lancering van het product en de eerste bestellingen al zijn gaan lopen, ja, dat zijn vruchten afwerpt.
Dus Arthur, eigenlijk mogen we concluderen dat AMI een geweldige deur die we kopen, die we daarna door het inzagen van een gat voorzien van eigenlijk een brievensleuf, dat jullie ervoor zorgen dat die deur weer een perfecte deur wordt door jullie product eraan toe te voegen.
Spijker op de kop geslagen, Jeroen.
Als mensen vragen hebben, kunnen ze contact met jullie opnemen?
Ja, uiteraard. Zijn er vragen, opmerkingen, staan we altijd paraat om die te antwoorden. Schroom niet om dan contact met ons op te nemen. En ik kan alleen maar zeggen, maak gebruik van die voucher. Het brengt jullie geen windeieren.
Ja, mooier kunnen we eigenlijk niet afsluiten dan zo'n mooie innovatie bij de AMI te zien. En zo'n mooie oproep van een ondernemer die erin gelooft. Dus ik zou zeggen, heb je een leuk idee, schroom niet. Neem contact op of met een AMI of met het Healthy Building netwerk. En wij helpen jullie graag met de volgende duurzame innovatie.
Yeah, that was AMI, a wonderful company here in the Venlo region, and yeah, we were proud that AMI is one of the companies that used the voucher. We are going to LOM, and we are also going to IPEA to talk about this process. So, how did they, did they like the process? What went good? What went not so good? What was the innovation we saw already a little bit? And then we are going to see how it all happened. And I'm looking now at my screen, and I see the people are coming in. So I see Achter de Ruiter, Pascal Titelaer, and Martijn van Santen. And now I have to put on my...
Yeah, and unmute yourself. Oh, you already did.
And I am already unmuted. So, Arthur, Pascal, and Martijn, can you hear me?
We hear you.
Perfect.
Yes. Do you see and hear us?
No, I just see the names, but I don't see your face. The pictures now. I know how you look like, but
Yes, there we are.
Yes.
Hi.
There we go. Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hello to Lom and Martijn. Where are you?
I'm sitting in Eindhoven today.
You're sitting in Eindhoven.
Yes.
Okay, so not so far away from Venlo. Yeah, good having you here at this voucher webinar. And we just saw a beautiful movie together with Jeroen, also one of the partners of the Healthy Building project. And as I said before, I'm very proud that you were one of the first companies who collaborated on both sides of the border to make an innovation come through. So that's very good. We are going to do it in English, but if somebody would like to answer in German or Dutch, that's also okay. We can translate that. But Arthur, my first question for you, can you tell something about the research you did, the project you did together?
Of course. But at first, I want to mention that we are also very proud to use the voucher. So not only the Healthy Building Network, but also AMI and IPEA, we are very proud on it.
That's good to hear.
I will tell you something at the start. We were looking for develop a new letter plate. And the most important thing was to research on the health of the raw materials. So that we asked IPEA, we need their help to research if the raw materials are healthy and useful to develop that product. So that was the first start that we had with IPEA to be sure that those raw materials were good to use. Now that was the first step. And then we had the next step to do some tests for finding out the research for water protection, isolation, and for the permeability, so that we are sure that that product was very good. So first time IPEA, we worked together. Then we worked together with SAR, and then we worked together with Celdex to use some products into the letter plate to be sure that it was 100% guaranteed.
Okay.
And then of course we used the check from the voucher from the Healthy Building Network to step with the first cost we make, because it is very expensive to make the research and produce the product. So the voucher was a very nice tool to start the whole project.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's exactly what the vouchers are for, of course. That we see that a lot of companies, they have good ideas, but then they say, okay, we need some extra research, and that costs money, of course. We all understand that, and well, it's maybe a little bit too much. And if a voucher can help to push you and help you, because the big investment, you do it by yourself, of course, but the voucher helps.
We needed to start, Michel.
Exactly.
That's very important. You need some start money.
That's true. So that's also very important for the other companies who are joining us now at the moment. And AMI is a really good example of that. Is that it really helps this voucher to make the next step. And Martijn, IPEA, of course, a company. That's really into sustainability, but also health, so good materials. How was it working together with AMI and in general a Dutch company?
Yeah, so I'm working for the Dutch part of EPEA. We also have our German colleagues that we worked very closely with during this process, this project. Basically what we supported AMI with was firstly their material selection, because if you can imagine, this letter plate, as they also introduced, is a more high-end product than just a normal letter plate. So their main raw material, aluminum, isn't the only material that is going into this product. So we helped them really look into all of the different materials and select materials that have the right and material health properties. So are they safe for people and the environment? And then secondly, can we also use this material into other cycles once the product has fulfilled this final function, basically? So that we could create a good product. So I believe the collaboration with AMI went very well. We made a good overview of all the materials they want to use. We had a lot of back and forth with our German colleagues and with AMI about the material health properties, and we also really needed the support of their suppliers as well. to create this final product. That is also Cradle to Cradle silver certified.
Yeah, that's great. That's
The only one in the world.
Yeah, I can remember the first time that we talked about this project in our voucher committee, and the initiative of a letter plate. And I said, what a letter plate? What does it have to do with health? And then it really developed, and I think two things are combined here. There's not only the letter plate who's taking care of a good indoor quality, but also the material, and that's very important. That is something I would like to emphasize. That's why I like this voucher so much, is that it's not only necessary to do good innovations that create a good indoor air quality and a healthy air quality, but the materials also have to be good, of course. And thanks to the research of EPEA, now we know that, and the silver certifications. Congratulations, that's a very good one. So that's
every house needs a letter plate, Michel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I think that not a lot of people think, okay, what the influence of a letter plate can be regarding the theme of health in your house. So that's there's still a lot of work to do, but we are very glad that we could collaborate with this innovation. And Pascal, do you often work together with German companies in general as a company?
A lot of our suppliers are German companies, and our experience that we're working with them is very good. We have a mutual benefit with each other. We also always try to make a co-makership out of this. And in this case with the voucher with EPEA, the collaboration was very excellent. We fulfilled each other's needs in regard to questions which are asked and answers are needed. For instance, when EPEA needed some difficult questions from our suppliers. It was due to the how do you say it, the easy way, our co-makership with our suppliers. It was possible to get the information from them we need the research for the healthiness of our products. And this was a big step to get to in this way, because some suppliers, they don't want to give in too much information of their main products, but because we have such a good collaborations and history with each other, it was possible to get in that at this level. And as a result, we have a product which is very high in the isolation and the water resistance, and Cradle to Cradle silver. That's the first and only one in the world. So we're very proud of this.
That's good to hear, and we're happy to help you with these 20,000 euros as for a voucher, because that was the amount that we spent on this voucher. Martijn, the theme of health, Bas already said it before when we kicked off this meeting, is getting more and more important. Do you notice that also at EPEA that you get more questions from producers that they really would like to know what's in their product?
Definitely. I must say that that we get overloaded by mostly companies in the built environment. So that's good news. That a lot of suppliers for buildings, so building materials, are now looking into circularity and healthy materials. So we're happy to see this development, and it's good to see that so much progress is being made currently.
That's good to hear. That's really a growing market, actually, the theme of health. So that's very good. And I know EPEA, but also Ami, you were kind of a pioneer in this way. So let's continue doing that. My last question to Ami: do you see in the future other opportunities for you as a company regarding the theme of health by other products, for example?
Yeah, of course. At that moment not, but we had a very good experience with the letter plate. So in the nearest future, when we have some questions, some opportunities, we will take them with both hands.
Okay. Well, we're really happy to help you with that, and I also think EPEA as well. So everybody inform you about this letter plate and about the effects of this letter plate for the indoor air quality. And also remember that the material was used for this letter plate is a healthy material, which also contributes to a healthy air quality. And thanks to the research of EPEA and the collaboration with AMI, now we have a beautiful new product that is produced in our regio, and that's exactly what we like to achieve with the Healthy Building Network. I would say 12 points too long, and I wish you success. Also for you, Martijn, back to Eindhoven, and I'm definitely sure that we will see each other again. Thank you for joining this webinar.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that was AMI, and that was of course a success story, and we have more of these, but not only vouchers that we're going to talk about, but also we're going to talk about with companies who are innovative and are open to be a part of a voucher process. And one of these companies is also in the Venlo region, and that is Van Tilburg. And I would like to ask Arjan to join us, and you will get a microphone, and then you will also come to me, and then we will talk about Van Tilburg.
Hello.
Hi, very nice. It's okay?
Okay.
Ja. Arjan, ist es für dich in Ordnung, dass ich auf Deutsch die Frage stelle und dass du auf Niederländisch antwortest?
Okay, das ist gut, ja.
Das ist gut, dann machen wir das. Das geht schon.
Ja, geht auch in Deutsch.
Schauen wir mal, wie
ja.
das geht. Also, Van Tilburg, kannst du etwas erzählen über, was ist Van Tilburg, was macht ihr? Da kannst du wahrscheinlich stundenlang drüber sprechen, aber so ganz kurz, also, was ist Van Tilburg?
Nou, Van Tilburg is een familiebedrijf dat zich met name richt op het verduurzamen en optimaliseren van het binnenklimaat in gebouwen. Dus hoe kunnen we een optimaal klimaat realiseren in een gebouw? Daar is waar wij als Van Tilburg voor staan en ons op richten.
Ja, okay, also das bedeutet, also Innenluftklima, das ist wichtig für Van Tilburg, also da seid ihr auch spezialisiert. Merkt man, ich denke, ich weiß deine Antwort schon, aber merkt man, dass die Frage immer wichtiger wird, dass immer mehr Leute auch fragen oder wissen wollen, wie ist die Innenluftqualität in meinem Gebäude, wo ich wohne oder arbeite oder wo ich Unterricht bekomme?
Ja, zeker is dat alsmaar meer en meer belangrijker en belangrijker. Met name nu richting het corona-verhaal natuurlijk, is een versneller van het geheel. Het is al langer aan het spelen, alsmaar meer zien we ook. Een frisse scholenconcept is natuurlijk al in 2015 op de markt gekomen. Dat is toen al over aangegeven, jongens, kijk nou naar het binnenklimaat, want het binnenklimaat is zoveel bepalend voor hoe je presteert, wat je doet en hoe fit je je voelt.
Ja, also für unsere deutsche Gäste, also die Frage war, wird die Frage öfters gestellt in Bezug auf Innenluftqualität, und man merkt also einen massiven Anstieg, also in Bezug auf das Thema Gesundheit. Arjan, ihr habt keinen Voucher beantragt bis jetzt, aber ihr steht auch offen. Ja, okay. Da kommt gleich noch ein Video. Seid ihr offen also für neue Innovationen und auch offen für deutsche Zusammenarbeit?
Daar staan we zeker voor open.
Ja.
Zeker omdat we hier natuurlijk in een grensgebied leven waar we, het zou natuurlijk heel raar zijn om te zeggen van goh, er is een grens en we gaan niet meer verder kijken als die grens. Dus wij willen heel graag ook met Duitse partijen samenwerken. Ja. We merken ook dat het goed gaat, we hebben het al regelmatig gedaan. Er zijn wel wat uitdagingen, maar wellicht dat er in het netwerk mensen zijn die ons met die uitdagingen kunnen gaan helpen.
Ja, dann würde ich sagen, also auch Kontakt aufnehmen mit Van Tilburg, weil es gibt da bestimmt, denke ich, Kollaborationsmöglichkeiten. Aber bevor wir da weiter darüber sprechen, gucken wir uns mal ein kurzer Film an über Van Tilburg.
Arjan, kun je je misschien even kort introduceren aan de kijkers van dit webinar?
Ja. Nou, ik ben Arjan Peters. Ik ben bij Van Tilburg werkzaam als verkoopadviseur. Dus waar ik me eigenlijk in het dagelijks leven mee bezighoud is om de klant zo goed mogelijk te adviseren over de keuzes die hij maakt op het moment dat hij een nieuw gebouw gaat bouwen, een nieuw utiliteitsgebouw of een bestaand gebouw wil gaan renoveren. Om daar gewoon bewust slimme keuzes te maken.
En dan de volgende vraag die ik dan heel graag aan je wil stellen. Wat doet Van Tilburg precies daarin?
Nou, Van Tilburg is eigenlijk de adviseur op het gebied van de werktuigbouwkundige installaties. Dus op het gebied van klimaat, comfort, energieverbruik, van de verwarming, koeling in de gebouwen. Een stukje ventilatie. Hoe kunnen we eigenlijk de klant met zijn gebruiker zijn meest ideale gebouw en dus ook het meest ideale comfort in het gebouw creëren. Dus hoe kunnen we daar die klant ook en zijn medewerkers een zo optimaal mogelijk klimaat bieden.
En kun je daar voorbeelden geven? Waar moet ik dan aan denken?
Nou, waar moet ik dan aan denken? Waar wij heel goed altijd naar kijken is van een stukje trias energetica. Dat is altijd een van de dingen die we als eerste roepen. Van hoe kan ik mijn gebouw, hoe kan ik de energieconsumptie van mijn gebouw zo laag mogelijk houden. Waarbij ik het comfortniveau, want we weten het vandaag toch allemaal met z'n allen willen in het kantoorgebouw, zo optimaal mogelijk houden. Waardoor wij bijvoorbeeld koelen, een van de dingen die wij toepassen is actief koelen met betonkernactivering. Eigenlijk een stukje vloerverwarming, vloerkoeling die in de vloeren zitten en in de plafond zitten. Dus stralen als het ware koude af naar beneden, waardoor je niet zoals je in het traditionele airco-systemen hebt, koude lucht in de ruimtes inblaast. Koude lucht, daar ervaren we met z'n allen, ja, het is gewoon minder prettig. Zeker als je een hele dag onder een airco moet zitten en je voelt die koude lucht, dat is minder comfort. Nou, als je dat dan vanuit de vloer, vanuit je massa gaat doen, breng je je totale gebouw op comfort, zeg maar, op temperatuur. Waardoor je als gebruiker minder last hebt van kortstondige invloeden, zeg maar.
Dan zit ik, want we hebben vandaag een innovatieve webinar. We zijn op zoek, we hebben hier fantastische innovaties gezien. Net wat je zegt is dat je die kernkoeling hebt. Waar liggen voor jou de uitdagingen en waar zou je de luisteraars willen uitdagen?
Het mooie is, middels 3D-simulatie kunnen we zelfs van tevoren het hele verhaal simuleren. Dus we kunnen eigenlijk van tevoren al inzicht geven in je energieverbruik van je gebouw. Dus je kunt al voordat je überhaupt de keuzes gemaakt hebt en voordat je de aanpassingen gedaan hebt, kun je al zien, nou, ik heb dit glas, nou, als ik dat glas erin zet, dan bespaar ik dit. Ik heb dit koelsysteem, nou, als ik dat duurzamere koelsysteem erin zet, wordt eigenlijk mijn comfort hoger, maar mijn energieverbruik ook nog.
Ja, ik vind het een prachtige les. Ja, wie zou dit niet willen? Dus ik zou bijna iedereen op dit webinar willen uitnodigen. Neem contact op, laat horen wat je wilt. En dan gaan we samen, of gaan ze met jullie die innovatie aan?
Ja, neem contact met ons op en wij gaan graag met de klant in gesprek. Heel graag. Samen komen we uiteindelijk tot de beste oplossing.
Okay, this was the movie from Van Tilburg, a company who really would like to invest and help developers or people who are going to renovate or build a new house by creating a healthy indoor air quality. Arjan, arbeitest du oder Van Tilburg öfter zusammen mit deutschen Unternehmen?
Ja, we werken wel vaker met Duitse bedrijven. Misschien wel nog te weinig. Daar mogen we wat meer aandacht aan besteden. Het is nog te traditioneel in de zin van dat we naar de Nederlandse markt kijken, maar we werken wel regelmatig samen met Duitse bedrijven.
Ja, ich merke das manchmal auch, ne? Wir sprechen mit vielen Unternehmen. Es gibt natürlich Unterschiede zwischen den Niederlanden und Deutschland und auch juristisch gesehen sind da manchmal Unterschieden. Braucht ihr da zum Beispiel Unterstützung oder dass man da Wissen austauscht miteinander?
Ja, we hebben wel eens wat projecten in de Duitse markt gemaakt of in Duitsland gemaakt en we zien dan toch wel dat daar andere wetten en regelgeving geldt. En dat daar bij ons daar specifiek kennis van ontbreekt. In Duitsland zijn ze veel verder met een stukje kwaliteitscontrole, waar ze de TÜV voor inschakelen. Yeah. Waar we in Nederland nog in onderzoekende fase wat dat betreft zijn. Maar waar wij als Nederlandse partij gewoon te weinig kennis van hebben. Dus ja, daar kunnen we wel ervaring in gebruiken.
Ja. Ja, also Wissensaustausch extrem wichtig, sagt Arjan auch. Also in Qualitätsmanagement, da ist Deutschland manchmal auch wieder einen Schritt weiter. Also TÜV-Prüfungen natürlich, kennen Sie natürlich in Deutschland alle. Und ja, das ist natürlich schön, wenn auch niederländische Unternehmen davon lernen können und umgekehrt. Ich gucke mir eben die Regie an. Es gibt eine Frage. Schauen wir mal. Also, das ist dann the last question, I suppose that you. Also, wie viel Erfahrung hat Tilburg mit deutschen Normen und Standards? Dus, ja, wie viel Erfahrung habt ihr eigentlich mit diesen Standards? Ist das, aber ich habe gerade so ein bisschen gehört, ja und nein.
Ja, stimmt. Klopt. We hebben in Duitsland al meerdere projecten gemaakt en daar is dan wel hetgene waar we tegenaan lopen, is dat de normen in Duitsland toch wel wat anders liggen als in Nederland. We kunnen het een en ander nazoeken, maar het is natuurlijk veel beter om kennis te halen bij mensen die echt de daadwerkelijke kennis hebben.
Ja,
Dus,
ja. Okay, also das bedeutet, ja, also Wissen ist absolut da, aber manchmal muss man natürlich dieses Wissen auch ergänzen. Also ihr seid natürlich die Berater und auch die Leute, die also die Systeme quasi entwickeln und vorschlagen. Ihr habt da sehr viel Erfahrung, aber ich kann mir dann natürlich vorstellen, dass vielleicht mit einem deutschen Counterpart, der zum Beispiel für den TÜV zuständig ist, dann vielleicht anschließt bei so einem Projekt.
Ja.
Das wäre dann eigentlich eine Möglichkeit. Also das
zeker.
Ist sehr schön. Ich gucke noch, ob da noch jetzt mehr Fragen kommen in Bezug auf Van Tilburg. Im Moment noch nicht. Meine Frage ist eine andere Frage. Ja, wir haben den Film gerade gesehen und Betonkernaktivierung und alles, was damit zu tun hat. Merkt man, dass das immer mehr wird? Also und welche Fragen werden da zum Beispiel gestellt? Warum machen Leute das überhaupt und warum wird das immer mehr sein?
Bij betonkernactivering, hier Ville Floris natuurlijk een prachtig voorbeeld van, geeft een optimaal klimaat zonder dat we daar heel veel problemen hebben met koude luchtstromen, traditionele airco. We kennen allemaal de problemen wel. Je voelt de koude lucht in je nek, je krijgt er klachten over. En bij betonkernactivering komt die koude van onder, vanuit de vloer, maar ook van boven, vanuit het dek. Waardoor je aan allebei de zijden koude gaat voelen. Waardoor je gewoon minder lucht hoeft te laten circuleren, waardoor je een optimaler Klimaat krijgt.
Ja, ja. Ja, das ist auch, was wir sehen in Healthy Building. Wir haben untersucht, welche Faktoren eigentlich wichtig sind für ein gesundes Gebäude. Und da ist nicht nur Innenluftqualität, aber das ist natürlich auch Temperatur, Luftfeuchtigkeit und all die Sachen, denen gerade gesagt, das sind dann natürlich unglaublich wichtig. Und dann sind natürlich diese neue Techniken natürlich sehr wertvoll. Und ich denke, was ich oft höre, ja, das geht nur bei Neubau. Aber geht es auch bei Renovierungen?
Zeker gaat dat ook bij bestaande bouw, maar waar bij bestaande bouw wat dan heel erg om de hoek gaat kijken is van hoe ga ik de bouwfysische schil, hoe ga ik mijn gebouw bekijken. Dus niet alleen maar vloerverwarming erin slijpen en daar krijgen we het warm mee en dan krijgen we het koud mee. Je moet dan wel naar het hele gebouw gaan kijken. Dus je moet ook een stukje naar isolatie van je wanden, je beglazing kijken, je zonwering, hoe is mijn dak gesteld, hoe is mijn dakopbouw. Dat hele totale pakket moet bekeken worden en dan is het zeker ook in bestaande bouw mogelijk.
Ja, ich denke, dass bei Renovierungen in Zukunft werden wahrscheinlich noch wichtiger vielleicht wie Neubauten natürlich, weil es gibt so viele Gebäude, die irgendwann auch wieder renoviert werden müssen und dann wird das Thema Gesundheit da eine sehr wichtige Rolle spielen. Arjan, vielen Dank. Auch für die Leute. Es gab gerade ein kleines technisches Problem. Es gab keinen Untertitel bei dem Film von Van Tilburg. Den gibt's aber. Auf YouTube kann man den nachsehen und im Nachhinein werden wir, wenn dieses Webinar auch online gestellt wird, kann man diese Untertitel auch lesen. Also wenn Sie etwas nicht verstanden haben aus dem Film, dann kein Problem. Sie können das nachher auch mit dem Untertitel nochmal alles nachhören und auch nachlesen. Und ja, wie gesagt, uns war es wichtig, um nicht nur eine Partei zu präsentieren, der einen Voucher beantragt hat, aber auch Parteien zu präsentieren, die offen sind für Zusammenarbeit auf der anderen Seite der Grenze. Und Arjan, das hast du ganz deutlich gesagt und rübergebracht. Vielen Dank dafür. Und ja, wenn da dann irgendwann ein Voucher rauskommt, dann weißt du, wo du anrufen solltest.
Staan we weer hier.
Perfect,
Goed.
alles klaar.
Oké,
Tot ziens.
tot ziens.
Jo. En dat was van Tilburg. We are now going to the next company, and that is the company that we are here now in the building. That's Volantis in the collaboration with AIB Architects aus Duisburg, also a Dutch-German collaboration. And here by Volantis we have Joris Ketelaars and Pieter de Haan. Very nice. I would like to ask you to join me, and then we are going to talk about the collaboration that you did and the innovation that was a result of this voucher process. So it's very good having you here. And it's good to see you again, Peter. That is a long time ago. I'm fine. How are you?
Again. Very good, thank you.
Very good. That's very nice. I have a question. You also have a presentation.
A short presentation.
A short presentation.
Show some images.
What do you like? That we first do the presentation and then start the conversation? What is you think? What is the best to do? Both is possible, of course.
I would say presentation.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I can show some images about our projects. Then we can clarify some based on the questions that you have.
That's a good idea. So and then we first do the presentation so that everybody knows what we are talking about, and then we're going to talk about the process and the innovation itself. So yeah, the floor is yours, Joris.
Thank you, Michel. Together with AIB, we took up 2 projects basically. I will clarify them, summarize them actually at this point. We did one project regarding circular and healthy installations, building installations, that is. Because what we see happening in the built environment at this point is that health within the building is becoming more important, basically. And on the other hand, we see the movement of the circular building transition. But a lot is happening in the Netherlands, if you ask me, and we tried to see how the German market is responding to those themes as well. But in the Netherlands, we see a focus based on the envelope of the building and the materials used in the building itself, but not on the physical building installation. So together with AIB, we did some workshops and brainstorms about what a circular and healthy installation should include. So this is a mind map basically of the various topics that we took into account. And together with the entire team consisting of 3 persons from AIB and a couple of persons from Volantis, we drew up a matrix basically with all the various installation components that are applicable in the built environment, and we assessed them on the KPI's or the indicators shown on the right, and giving them a sort of an evaluation basically on whether they were contributing to a healthy indoor climate and to circular transition. So that's one. The second question was natural ventilation, because what we see in the Netherlands is that we, due to the energy transition, we close up all our buildings and we have all mechanical systems for ventilating the rooms itself. But it doesn't always contribute to the indoor climate, because we see a lot of problems with indoor air quality, comfort as well. So we decided to have a look whether natural ventilation could be contributing, and natural ventilation, that is ventilation systems based on a natural phenomenon, whether that could contribute to a better and healthier indoor climate. So that we assessed various techniques. Some may be well known by the listeners as well. For instance, a solar chimney or a trompe wall system, or maybe adaptable skin or adaptable facade that could interact with the airflows going through the building. We assess them on the technical parameters that are shown here as well. And this is an impression about the various techniques that we assessed during the project itself. And some conclusions. Well, one thing that it came to mind for me especially is that the driving force to get the airflow going within the building is fairly complex, and it needs a lot of expert guidance to ensure that you have a continuous airflow through the building based on a natural system. One other remark is that due to COVID, natural ventilation, or especially air quality in the building, is becoming more imminent in the Netherlands and in Germany as well. So it's a nice project to evaluate the techniques in Germany and in the Netherlands as a comparison, but also to see the differences.
Yeah.
So those were the two projects in summary.
Yeah. Thank you, Joris. And we go now into depth about this voucher. But my first question to Peter is, do you often work together with Dutch companies, and do you get this question about natural ventilation and indoor air quality as an architect company that you are?
In Germany, health for people is a very important issue. That is historically, but also homeopathy and these kinds of issues are well supported and widely spread in Germany. Often the question when we do office buildings is, can they be naturally ventilated, and can we skip mechanical ventilation? There are quite strict rules when you can do it. It has to do with the building depth. It is a very current issue in view of COVID.
Yeah.
And the COVID pandemic has led, for instance, in our office to the fact that we installed air cleaning systems. I think 8 months before it really was an issue in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
I think it was two months ago that the question of air quality popped up through the government and some state officials that mentioned it. And we have them already running 8 months in our office. They're HEPA filters equipped, and there's no proof that they prevented COVID or their exact working. Fact is that our office has been working 1.5 years already without any incident,
COVID-free.
Any incident on
Okay.
COVID.
Okay.
And, we have, I notice within our staff, windows open in the morning and clean air. It's a big issue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we hear a lot. That really the COVID pandemic, of course, really it was a boost for awareness regarding the theme of health and air quality as well. Well, you work together in this voucher, Volantis, you came up with the idea.
We initiated the project.
Initiated the project, and then of course they needed a German partner. So that's where we helped as the HBN network, and then IB came as a knowledge partner to the voucher. How far did the voucher help you in your process, or other said, if there wouldn't have been a voucher, would you still do this research, or did it really help you?
Well, I think that if we wouldn't have had one of the perks of the voucher and having a German project leader and member as well, is that you really try to look across the border and see what's happening there, because well, in the normal day's work, we only focus on the Netherlands, and we understand the Dutch legislation and the Dutch restriction regarding ventilation, but well, the border, well, you can see the windmills from Germany from here actually, so it's only 2 kilometers away.
It's not so far away. No,
it's not so far away from
it's the
my
same
workspace.
Yeah.
But without this voucher, I wouldn't have had the understanding that although it varies on interpretations and on the way the decision is made, or that differs between Germany and the Netherlands.
Okay. Because Peter, can you say something to that?
Yeah. To me, the voucher was the candy that was given to us to make the step forward.
Yeah.
It did not cover the cost. It's not at all our interest. The interest was to learn from each other and cooperate. We've been cooperating with Volantis on other occasions, and it is a very big stimulant to do it. So it works. I think it works very well.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's of course also the purpose of the voucher.
Yes,
it's not like financing the complete process or project, but really bringing companies on both sides on the border together, and it has been like a candy. It's just because these projects are much more expensive than the amount of the voucher, of course. So that's very good. Because Joost, you said you are more focused, and I understand it, on the Dutch side, working together with. Do you also work together with other German companies, or was AIB the first one?
Well, AIB is one of not really often, but we on a regular basis work together with AIB. But also Agriplan is a partner in some projects for us. And recently, also due to developments of the healthy building project, we work together with Derksgroepen.
Okay,
so,
Niederkruchten.
With the upcoming of the CLT in the Netherlands as well, the cross-laminated timber structures. We are now working together with Derks.
Okay, that's also a good nebenvang from the healthy building. And Peter, from AIB working in the Netherlands, of course, Volantis we heard, but also other parties.
I'm managing director at AIB, but I work here, and at some point I've identified Volantis, and we have contact with several Dutch companies, architectural offices. Volantis is a very good, innovative engineering office. And we have done 2 sort of large projects already together, one in Germany and one large project in Shanghai, studies. And on that basis, we know each other well. I know Jan Houwen very well, and there is like a good cooperation without hinderness. It goes very well. And I would say Volantis is very innovative and quick to decide, as the Dutch are. Whereas the Germans are maybe conservative, but then also very technically diversified and developed. And I think these 2 go together very well.
And within projects, we're able to give each other enough space to do our perks or our excellence, but we combine them as well. We vullen elkaar aan.
Adding value to each other, actually. That's good. One last question, and that was also what Van Tilburg said, of course, is the regulations. You have several different kind of regulations, and maybe that's a new voucher for the future to investigate how things can go easier on both sides of the border, so that collaboration is better doable. And Peter, I think you can tell something about it, because you're working in the Netherlands and in Germany as well, of course. What are the biggest differences if you talk about the theme of air quality and installations?
With all due respect, Germany is the country of regulations. And
yes, that's
regulations are important in Germany. There is a new energy norm in Germany. It's called the GEG, the GEG. It follows up on the ENF.
Mm-hmm.
And there are also now large subsidies
Yeah.
for buildings when you go below the norm.
Okay, yeah.
This is new. It is the Kreditanstalt für Wiederaufbau, KfW 50, KfW 40, and this is being implemented in Germany for industrial projects where you can get serious money for your projects. I think the norms in the Netherlands, I don't know them very well, but they are, I think, more flexible. And in Germany is also a bureaucratic system. It works very well, but sometimes it is slow. On the other hand, we plan projects into way more depth of technique than some of our Dutch partners that we cooperate with.
Yeah.
So also there, in my view, there is a match, and Germans and Dutch go together very well. Anyway, North Rhine-Westfalen is Holland's largest commercial partner. It's not Germany, it's not France, it's not the United States, it's North Rhine-Westfalen.
Yeah.
And I work in Germany already almost 30 years, and I enjoy, and I know the creative good aspects of cooperating together.
Yeah.
Regarding the energy legislation in Germany, they have a new system now. What's interesting to see, I haven't verified this as of yet, but in the Netherlands we have also a new system.
I know.
to assess the energy performance of buildings. But I'm fairly sure that they both are initiated out of the European legislation for building energy performance.
It has to be the same basis, of course.
And, of course, the interpretation of the European legislation differs or varies depending on the country, and we are different, to be honest. But in the basis, it all contributes to the same part.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to see.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's and the only thing you need is that you have to be open for this collaboration and that you're open for other techniques and other legislation. And I think what we've heard today is not only the voucher, but for example, here we have two parties who are they know about the regulations in the Netherlands and in Germany. So if you are a company in Germany who would like to know something about the regulations in the Netherlands because you would like to invest or have a project in the Netherlands, then the Healthy Building Network can support you and help you to bring you in contact with companies like AIB or Volantis or Tilburg or the other ones in the network. So to share this knowledge, because that is actually the main purpose of the project. Peter, Joris, thank you very, very much for being here and for having these two vouchers, because we're very proud on these vouchers, and I'm sure we will see each other many, many more times. So
Definitely.
thank you for having us. Thank you. Okay, well, we're quite good in the time, so I'm glad with that. And now we are going back to Germany. Kiritek von der Idee zum Antrag. And now I have to put on my mic again. And there is, ik hoor me dubbel. Ik hoor me dubbel. Oh. And now it's going to work, not yet. Yeah. I hear a double voice. But now it's okay. Now I think it's okay, because but the most important thing is, Peter, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, hi. It's good having you here at the webinar. Where are you at the moment?
In Tønsforst.
In Tønsforst. Ah, dat is niks zo
20
weit weg.
minutes from the Netherlands border.
Yeah, in the middle of the regio Maas-Rijn-Noord. So very nice, and nice having you here.
Yeah, thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, Peter, just a short introduction of yourselves. Can you tell something about yourself and about Kiritech?
Yeah, my pleasure. My name is Peter. I'm the founder of WeGrow. WeGrow is Europe's leading group, company group in the sustainable production of the kiri trees. The kiri tree is the most fast-growing tree we know on our planet. I have 2 slices here for you prepared.
That's a big one.
You see, this is a 12-year-old beech tree, and this is a 12-year-old kiri tree.
Unbelievable.
We planted this year one plantation here in Tønsforst, just outside the window. And the trees within the last four months grew more than 5 meters now. Yeah. Wow. And we're growing this tree for the purpose of timber production. The wood of the kiri tree is considered to be one of the lightest wood we know on our planet. So the weight of kiri is about 1/3 of oak tree, for example, and it's quite precisely half of the weight of conventional construction tree species like spruce.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
And how did you get this idea?
That was when I was still a student, by just more or less by a gardener from the botanical garden. I'm an agricultural engineer, and somehow the gardener came with one of these slices from a tree that he cut down of a kiri tree to me and my professor. And when we saw the earrings, they sometimes are 2 or 3 centimeters. Then we thought, wow, why we never heard of that before? And then I started growing the trees on my window bench in my student apartment. And now we operate in Germany, Spain with about 120 employees and growing the trees on around 500 hectares.
Okay. So not only the trees are growing, but also the company is growing very fast.
Yeah. And Kiritech is a company of the WeGrow group. This is our startup company. This was founded end of last year, but the operation started the beginning of this year. So we're more or less half a year old. And we sell kiri wood at the moment, mainly to distributors in Germany, but also Switzerland, Austria. And we are now in the phase of screening the market. Where's the highest value of our wood? Where can we give the biggest profit to the users? And one is construction. I just heard from another member here of CLT boards, cross-laminated timber. And this is somehow we also got into knowing about healthy building network from the DERIX, from Markus Steppler, who has been working for many years now with you with the voucher program. And
exactly.
Peter, go for it. It's a great thing to do. You don't need to fill out hundreds of pages and forms. It's quite simple, and this is a concrete of the future, let's say. And as we're also planning to build our new office complex here on the property with Kiri CLT modules. We have the need now to do certain tests.
Exactly, because
before this can be registered and get a permission as an official standard construction material. And we know that technically we can produce the spots. The company DERIX, the DERIX group, did tests with it. Technically, it works perfect. But one major test that must be done is the resistance to fire behavior. What happens when house or a building made of Kiri CLT burdens, how long will the boards withstand the fire? And this must be tested, and this is how we came into this project together with a Dutch company, Effectis, that is special. they don't do I think nothing else than burning things from morning till night. They just burning, and evaluating the burning behavior, the fire retardancy, and this is how we somehow came together now.
Yeah. Okay, that's an exciting thing that's going to happen, and yeah, hopefully all these measurements will show that the Kiritech wood is really, fire resistant. That is of course very important. Peter, is it the first time for you that you're going to work together with a Dutch company?
Actually not. We have, as we also work in a very specialized field, we have our own in vitro laboratory for producing our plantlets that we also shipped in this year's season. I think we shipped our plants to 24 countries worldwide. So we don't only operate our own plantation, but we're also selling the seedlings to farming partners.
Yeah.
And the Dutch are worldwide leaders in really very sophisticated plant propagation technologies. And so we were working now for many years with a company from Holland that specialized in this in vitro production. This company that we work with, they produce more than 30 million plants per year with this technology, and we got very good support, and we're still in close cooperation. And as well with installing all the laboratory, we also worked with highly specialized companies in Holland together that built up our laboratory here and supported us very much in the planning. So we already cooperated quite intensively.
That's good to hear. But yeah, as you said, the other company, you were more focused on the plants actually, and now for this voucher, you're really going to investigate and into depth about how it works with fire and how is the fire behavior effectiveness. So that's exciting what will come out. Did you know the HBN project before 1 year or 2 years ago?
No. Principally, the story behind this is that Marco Steppler, who's the product manager at the Derix Group that are specialized on these CLT boards, they found about us on the media, and we came into contact. We did the first test. Does it technically work out in the factory to substitute spruce wood? So classical construction wood with Kiri, that worked out very well. And now the goal is that we together, the XLAM board, this is the how it's called from Derix Group, that we want to bring this product on the market.
Yeah.
And then the idea of Marcos was, hey Peter, have you heard of this network? And then he brought us together with Mrs. Arax-Zido, and who gave us a very good usable information on the program, and we really appreciated very much the support that we had also from the beginning on.
Yeah, well, Peter, we're very glad that you are a partner in the Healthy Building Network now, and that we can support you together with the knowledge partner from the Netherlands and Derix. And I really looking forward how the process will go, because as you said before, this is can be the concrete of the future, and a product that is storing CO2, is growing very fast, and also producing oxygen and make it possible to live in healthy buildings. So that's the main purpose. And actually we have questions, and I have two questions. What are the main characteristics and the advantages of Kiri wood? It's growing fast, that's what you said before, but what are the characteristics and the advantages of the wood?
Yeah, first characteristic is the weight. It's very light. So in cases of constructions, I don't know in English, in German, it's Aufstockungen, when you have an existing building and you want to put something on top, another floor, weight plays a crucial role in regards of of the structure of the building. So if this CLT board is half the weight, so if the whole building will be only half the weight, so in this case this is very important. Secondly, what's the reason for the lightweight is that the air content in the wood is very high.
Okay.
And air is the best insulator we know. That's why we have double glasses, because we have air inside, because it's not transporting heat or cold. And the insulation properties are almost twice as high as of conventional construction woods, which also plays a crucial role in regards of energy efficiency, insulation. And so instead of putting outside additional insulations, the wood is insulating itself. And what we also just tested with this, in this case with a German partner, with Materialprüfanstalt Eberswalde, is the durability of the wood, which also plays a role when you're building a construction. How durable is it? How good does it withstand fungus and temperature and so on? And this is class 1, so it's the most resistant category that Kiri is in now. So this is a very important process of us, because this is what the users that want to build an office building or living building, they need these facts, certified EU standards.
Exactly.
That's this is the way we are going, and same with now with the fire retardancy.
Well. Okay, no, Peter, I'm impressed, because you're saying, well, the wood is growing much more faster as other trees. It's lighter, so I think you can build higher buildings with it out of wood. That's possible. The insulation is better because of the oxygen in it, and it has already Klasse 1. And now the next step is the fire behavior effectiveness, and then
where we're also expecting very good results, because Kiri wood doesn't contain resins. The resins usually in spruce and other construction wood resins really burn very, very, very easily, and this is what we're expecting also from literature. We have indicated that it's very flame retardant. The ignition point is high, but we need to certify it and test it in the laboratory now.
Of course. Okay, Peter. Well, the time is running, and the questions are coming. So to all the people, we are going to answer these questions also online. But one last question for Peter, and the question is das Holz behandeld? Did you treat the wood, and can you also use it for furniture or in-housing, or can you use it inside, or can you also use it outside? Do you have to treat it so that it stays good?
For inside, the positive point is that the emissions are very low. It's a lowest class. What was also tested in the Materialprüfanstalt. And for outside, you don't need to treat it with any chemicals. You can just leave it natural. It will turn gray after a while, but after this, you can keep it for centuries.
It's a natural product.
And for furniture, the surface is not as hard as oak tree or other woods. So it's used in Japan, where the tree is coming from, for furniture very much. But it's possible. It's possible. There's also a German company producing already furniture with Kiri wood.
And people can already start buying the Kiri wood? Or?
Yes. We're on the market now for half a year. We have a 35 distribution partners in Germany. And maybe by this network, we find also partners that say, hey, I also see potential in the Dutch wood market or construction market or furniture market, and we would be very happy to make cooperations also to enter the Netherlands market.
Well, that would be extremely nice, and we are really glad to support doing that, Peter. I think we could talk hours about this, and I see a lot of questions coming in. We are going to answer these questions, and of course, the members of the Healthy Building Network, they can contact you, Peter. That's no problem at all. Teunisvos is not far away from here, so that was great having you here. A lot of success. We will keep in touch, and good luck with the Kiri route.
Thank you very much for the invitation and for your support. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye bye, Peter.
Bye.
Bye bye. Well, the Kiri wood, and as I said before, we could talk about it for hours. I'm looking at the regie, and I see now that we have Moswand, and Moswand is joining us now. All right, that's perfect. Moswand is joining us, and Moswand is already online. We cannot find Moswand, the name, but it will, now they find him, yeah. And I look at the other person on the right side of me, he is going to give a presentation as well. No? It's just an interview. All right. Start my video.
Hallo? Ja, dat is even.
John.
Ja.
Yeah. Welcome, John. Moswand, another innovation that got support from the Healthy Building Network. And I'm really glad that it technically worked out that you're here now and that we are hearing and seeing you. I really think also a very interesting product that we're going to talk about. But yeah, John, first tell something about yourself and Moswand, please.
Thank you. Yeah, my name is John Kusters. I'm the founder of Moswand.eu. About 10 years ago, we discovered the moss as a material which can be used for indoor, for wall covering. In my profession before, I was a florist. I used the moss to make nice flower arrangements. But now the use of the moss can also be to make nice decorations. So you can make moss walls with it. And well, it started about 10 years ago and it developed the last 10 years, yeah, pretty good. So now we have about a team of about 8 persons, including my wife. And yeah, it's growing and growing, and it's getting more and more popular.
Oh, that's good to hear. And where are you situated, John?
We are situated in Weert. It's in Limburg. Yeah, close to Germany, close to Belgium, and of course to Holland, which is still our major country where we do the business. But Belgium is the second one, and Germany is coming up.
Germany is coming up. That's good to hear, John. Well, let's talk about the voucher and the research you did. You already talked a little bit about moss and what was the purpose of the research that you did and that was supported by this HBN voucher?
The main reason is that the moss has specific characteristics. It's the most important one, what I think, is that it brings nature inside. The moss what we use is preserved. It does not live anymore for everybody, so you don't have to water it or you don't have to mow it. Because of that, it stays soft, and yeah, we make what I just told, walls and other things with it. It gives the people a very pleasant feeling. It gives the people, everybody who is in an area which is where there's a lot of green, they find it very relaxing. That is the most important thing. But we discovered also that the moss is very high sound absorbing, and for that we had. We were planned to do some research because you need to have more certifications for that. And yeah, and then last year HBN came along, and so they contact us if they could help us with things. And well, then the acoustic, the sound absorbing, that was for us very interesting to know, because architects and also interior designers, they ask for that and they want to know what they exactly do.
Yeah. That's what we also heard before. Certification is of course very important, because we all have the feeling, okay, this product could be beneficial for acoustics, but of course you have to prove that. So, and I can remember when we were talking about this project in the voucher committee that we said, okay, now we have a voucher that and a product that is actually doing something good for look and feel. As you said before, people are feeling well when they see the green. Maybe it will have a good contribution to the air quality, but also the acoustics. So that's and so you did this research. Was it the first time that you, because we said, okay, we can support it, but then you have to work together with a German knowledge partner. Was it the first time for you, for Mosman, to work together with a German knowledge partner for an innovation or for doing research for your product?
Yes.
Yeah.
What I just told before, we do quite some business with Germany, but for the opposite, for to help us in this way, it was for us the first time.
Yeah, well, and it worked out well. So the results were good.
Yes, it worked out very well. The information what we needed. The research what has been done was for the ISO 354 norm, and that was very important that it went out very well. So, and we found two partners to be precisely, and in Frankfurt we did the real testing.
Yeah, so all the way in Frankfurt they tested the effects of the Moswand, and it turned out that it is beneficial for the acoustics and that it can be certified, ISO certified, as a product for using indoor, of course.
Yes, it is to be used for indoor. And what we were very curious is the differences between the mosses. We use three species, but you can see here behind. This is the reindeer moss, and we have we call it the flat moss and the pillow moss. And we were very curious what they exactly do. So we did 6 different testing, and also a product of ours, which is over here, where moss is being put together. Well, the results were very satisfaction to be in those results, and now we can really give our customers and architects very good advice of what they exactly do, and also so you can see how many square meters you need to improve the quality for inside of the rooms to absorb sound.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear, and that the results were good, of course. And did you see differences between the 3 different types, or were they all doing the same?
Yes, they are really different. They all have a pretty high level of sound absorbing, but the highest does the pillow moss over here, and after that we see the reindeer moss, and after that the flat moss. You think flat moss, the name is it is flat, but it still has 4 times a higher sound absorption than a regular carpet, for example. And so that was really good to know. And also it was very interesting to see if you use a different kind of background. For example, reindeer moss we use normally on a wooden plate. But if you use, for example, if you use cork for a background, then the sound absorption will be improved by 20%. So those things are really good to know. So that you can advise now very good to use the moss for indoor.
Yeah. Well, we were very glad and proud that we could help you, and that now it's certified, and that you can give the right advice to customers and architects and tell them about the effect on acoustics. I get a question, and is there a risk that you get animals, bees into the house and insects when you use the moss?
We don't want to have a real jungle indoor, so we would prefer to stay that animals or insects or bugs stay out. Well, in the preparation of the moss, you have to see the moss is took out of the woods carefully without damaging the forest. Then it's been dried and it's been put in a bath of glycerin, water, and color pigments. But there is also, because of that, the glycerin, and also they be put salt in there to make it more fire retardant. And then you get a product where the bugs and the spiders
they don't feel well.
No.
They don't want to live in there.
We never had that problem the last 10 years. What we all the work what we do, there is no problem with that.
Okay, so no bugs and no insects in the moss.
No.
Okay, John. Also here, time is running out. Thank you so much. My last question: do you see other possibilities or collaborations for the future with for investigations for your product in Germany as well?
Maybe not concrete at this moment. But what my colleague before in the interview, the fire retardant, how far we can certify our moss is for us also interesting. So maybe that could be something, but that's the only thing what I can bring up now.
Well, okay, then if you're far enough with this idea, then we are of course glad to support you and find partners on the German side to do this investigations. I see there was also a question for me, and I think it's an important question, so that's I'm going to ask you this one. You said you did treat the moss, of course, with the glycerin and salt, and did you test it on the theme of health? So does the moss evaporate poison because you used these materials? What is the effect on the indoor quality, and what are these fabrics that you used for treating the moss? Were they also tested?
Yes, the materials what we used are of course environment friendly, and they don't expose any dangerous things, so they are very safe to use. We have our certification for that also. When we bring in the moss, it's also very nice. The moss has a kind of smell because of the preparation, which is of course harmless. It's still a bit, it looks a little bit wet. But if you use a lot of moss and you bring it inside of a room, first people say, "What do I smell?" But it's not something what is chemical, but it's the nature what you bring in. And a lot of people are not used to bring nature in room again, or don't know the smell anymore of moss or other natural things.
Okay, well, that's good to hear, John. And damit ist die Frage für Frau Feld beantwortet. Viele Grüße an Aachen und schön, dass du dabei bist, Ursula. Lange nicht mehr gesehen und gehört. Well, John, thank you so much. Thank you for collaborating. And we see some other questions coming and popping up. We are going to answer them as well, of course. And a lot of success, John, with your company, with this very nice product. And if you need our help, you know where we are. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, so that was actually the last company that we presented today, and as you noticed, we can talk about this theme a lot, and imagine living in a house with a mosswand, with a good installation, with a how do you call it? A good product from AMI, working together with Van Tilburg and Volantis. I see a lot of opportunities, and it would be nice if you, as a company in Germany or the Netherlands, also see the perspectives for this collaboration regarding the theme of help. And of course, we are really willing to help with these vouchers. And now I would like to ask my colleague Eva to join me, because now we're going to talk about the voucher process. So how does it work? So if you have an idea and think, hey, that could be something new, how does it work? So Eva, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope you stay for a few minutes left of this webinar, and I can tell you something about the voucher process, because I hope some of you are thinking now at the moment.
Oh. Okay. Deze?
Nee, want het zit aan de verkeerde kant. So I will do it over. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can stay a few minutes and I can tell you how you can apply for a voucher. I hope some of you are now enthusiasts and thinking about, I would also like to have a voucher. How can I apply for a voucher? So first, who can apply for a voucher and which kind of projects could maybe get a voucher? It has to be about cross-border cooperation. That's the aim of the voucher. So it has to be a Dutch company in this region with a German company or a school working together in a new kind of cooperation. It has to be about innovation, something new. And the end product has to be smart. So you have to tell, okay, I want to have a matrix of natural ventilation which can tell you which one is the best, for example. And we need to share your output of your voucher, of course, with our network. And of course, this whole afternoon is about healthy buildings. It has to be about healthy buildings, for example, about indoor air climate. Vouchers only about energy or circularity, we get those questions sometimes, we cannot approve them. It's really about healthy buildings. Well, how can you apply for a voucher? How does it start? Do you have an idea or maybe a challenge about healthy buildings? Then contact the Healthy Building Network. I made a few steps how the process looks like. Then you can have a view by how it goes a voucher process. Well, first, maybe you can already look and get more feeling with the vouchers on our websites. We have criteria there, and then you get a better feeling with what is a voucher, what does this mean, what kind of subsidy is it, etc. Or you can call us, we can also tell you, of course, more about the voucher. Then you can think about an idea yourself. For example, like for Volantis, they thought, okay, I would like to do something with natural ventilation. Or you can get a conversation with us, with the Healthy Building Network. And because you are thinking about doing something with the indoor air quality of healthy buildings, but you don't know what a voucher would look like, call us and we can have a discussion together with you how a possible topic for a voucher could look like. Well, and then, if you didn't have contact with us, this is the moment you need to contact us. Okay. And we have a kind of form, and you can tell us what your idea is, and I can brainstorm with you if it's according to a Healthy Building Network, and you can fill out the form. We give your feedback. It can take a few times that we say, okay, change that, and it's just a few times. And then you can hand in your voucher form. In the last phase, you need to give us some additional information so everybody is happy. For example, offers or je Kamer van Koophandel inschrijving. But are mostly easy things to do in the last phase. And then you hand over your voucher idea to the voucher committee, and I hope we will approve your idea and we all like it. And you can start. Then you can start with your voucher process and work together with the company across the border. We would like to stay in contact during this process, and we also would like to communicate with already about your idea, so everybody knows how great or how interesting the idea is. Well, in the end, the formal the aspect comes, and you have to deliver us all kind of things. This is a less sexy part of the voucher process. You have to fill in our sheets, etc. But we will help you with that, so don't be scary of this part. It will be fine. Yes. And then your voucher is finished, but I hope our cooperation is not finished. I hope we can work together and communicate about this idea so everybody can learn about it, and more people will try to make more healthy building designs. I think this is everything, and this is the last slide. So I would like to thank you. Don't be scared. Just call us if you have any questions. Visit the website, and I hope we will have some more very interesting vouchers in the following year. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Eva. You were going like a train, so you had only a few minutes to talk to bring us through this whole voucher process, but you did it very, very good. You are also part of the voucher committee, and how long does it take, this process? Sometimes it is long, but can it go fast? Because I normally hear, oh, a voucher with an Interreg project that will take years.
Yeah. It's for example, Moswamp and AMI, but also Volantis, they were very fast. I think they were even within a few weeks.
Yeah.
It really depends on how well thought your idea is. Maybe, for example, Moswamp already knew what they were doing, and so it was a few weeks. And if you need to think about an idea, and then it can take some bit longer. But it depends on you.
Yeah.
And a bit on us, of course. We have to check everything, but it can take only a few weeks.
And I think you said something very important, that is support. You don't have to do it by yourself. So if you have this idea, just contact us, HBN, and then we are going to help you. And how does the support look like? What it can be a different kind of way?
Yeah, it is very broad. We can help you finding a partner across the border. We can help you maybe think about an idea for a voucher. We will help you filling out everything across the regulations. So it depends already on what your idea is and what you is not clear yet at the moment. So well, we just want to have a lot of vouchers, so we will help you in every topic which is needed.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Eva. Maybe one remark. The project of the HBN voucher will go till June 2022. But as Eva told before, of course, it takes some time to make the application for the voucher, do the research. I think, or we think that you can bring in new vouchers as long as possible, but they have to be finished before, I say, the 1st of June, because then the project will go to an end, and of course that's our time limit. So if you are thinking about a voucher, just take that into account, that the project will be finished in June, so the voucher also has to be completed in June. So that's an important remark. And I got a question, and the question is die Idee, Unternehmen oder Bauprojekte zu unterstützen? So are we going to support companies or building companies? Well, in general, we would like to support companies. And if, for example, a building company would like to do some research for their project that will help to create a healthy building, then we can also support a building company. What we are not supporting is the materials. So we are not going to pay the materials for a healthy building. We are paying and supporting the investigation, working together with a Dutch and German company to create the innovative and healthy systems, products, measurements, certifications, and things like that. Eva, you would like to add something to that? I thought you wanted to say something. No, that's okay. Generally, all the companies, it has to be a Dutch-German collaboration, and as Eva told, very clear, it has to be, it has to do something with healthiness. So not energy reduction, but really creating healthy buildings. Okay, we are at the end of the webinar, and I don't know if there are any other questions, but if there are new questions are coming in, we are going to collect these questions, and of course everybody will get the answer. And yeah, there is a possibility for, I would say, like 10 minutes to ask your questions into in the chat, so that we can collect them. And of course, if you are a member of the Healthy Building Network, you can also collaborate and find the other partners where you can ask questions too. But if you have problems finding somebody who you would like to collaborate with, just contact the Healthy Building Network, and we are more than delighted to help you to bring you together. So I look at the regie. Is it okay that we stay for 5 minutes more online so people can ask questions? And then I would like to thank you for being here. As I told before, this webinar is recorded, so if things were a little bit too fast or unclear, you can look back, and you are more than welcome to share this video, because we would like to reach as much as possible companies in Germany and the Netherlands. Take care, bye-bye, and hopefully we see you soon back again.